Captain's Log Supplemental. Recording from Away Mission 1214A. Number 1, are you almost done collecting samples?
I need about 15 more minutes, Captain.
Really? Is there any way you can speed it up?
Speed it up? Is there some urgency, Captain? We aren't set to depart for another 2 days.
Yes, I know. I really have to pee. I drink too much water and it's killing me.
Oh, why don't you just, go over there in the bush?
Wish. I can't contaminate the environment. Prime directive, blah, blah, blah.
Alright. I'll, try to hurry.
Wish the transport could just beam the pee out of me.
Hello, and welcome back to Captain's Log Supplemental. My name is Rob. I'm joined this week, as almost all weeks, by my friends Chris and Stanford.
Hey there.
Hi.
And our producer Mariah, who's also my friend.
Hi there. Hi there.
So for the uninitiated, Captain's Log Supplemental is a Star Trek rewatch podcast. Each week we're moving ahead in chronological order by star date. We just wrapped up Discovery. Not too long ago. Listen, there were 2 illnesses, some potential medical issues involved. We had a little bit of a break.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of a break.
We were intending for a 1 week break, and it turned into 3.5 week break.
Maybe a month almost. Yeah, because so we were gonna. So I got COVID because my child got COVID, and it was you know what? I got COVID. I feel like ass. Fuck it. But then it was but we just wrapped a season, and we've done this twice now. So okay, well, we took a few weeks off, so we'll just do that again. And then I got over my COVID, but then it was fucking Thanksgiving, so it's all right, we'll do another week after that. And then Rob's I'm gonna get sick. It's my turn to get sick, and so Rob got sick for a couple weeks, and
yeah, I still it's mostly gone, but every once in a while I get a little cough.
What did you? My throat. And you tested you didn't have COVID. You just had hyper cold. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, it was just an upper respiratory infection of some sort.
Crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
I was worried that I have the mildest of asthma, and it only ever really becomes a problem when I get sick. I was worried I was gonna have to go get a steroid inhaler or something.
Yeah,
it was really hanging on there.
Oh, good. Well, the kids had their first concert this past week, so that was fun.
Okay, so I have been to and been part of kid concerts. Was it exactly like that?
So it was actually, honestly, they were better than I expected.
Our friend John, friend of the pod, John, his kid had a concert last week or whatever, and apparently there was one part where a singer was singing numbers, and the entire audience went fucking bananas when she got to 6-7.
Oh my god! So no joke, there was a. We were in the gym, right? That's where they had their concert.
Sure.
And up on the walls they had big numbers over the bleachers for different bleacher sections, and of course 6 and 7 were next to each other. However, it was not the person you would think that would say something about it. There was a tatted up middle-aged woman next to me who kept fucking saying something about it. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Lady, it's fun for the kids to do it. Knock it off. You are not 12. What are you doing?
Yeah, but Chase plays trumpet, Miles plays French horn, and they do great.
Well, congratulations to Chase and Miles.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to make sure that everyone who does have a problem with the kids saying whatever they're saying, that we used to say, I am the great cornholio, I need teepee for my bunghole, with our shirt pulled up over our heads. So we're no different.
Ours was a lot longer, frankly.
It's true.
Could we cut here for a second so Kelsey can come in here?
Yeah.
Yep.
She wants to get changed, and Ren is very excited that she's home.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Chris, Mariah, and I will just entertain ourselves. You go do that.
I'll be right back.
So, I don't know if you saw, honey, because you've had a busy day. But I was talking to Liam earlier, and I told Chris and Rob this because apparently I'm like the best parent ever. So, Chris, I told Chris he could be second. So, honey, I think you have to be third. But I was listening to music and we were eating lunch. I think we had ramen. I made my ramen fancy with some crab meat and some egg yolk. It was great. But anyways,
shit.
We're listening. I have this like playlist that I play every once in a while. It's like my earworm playlist. So if a song gets stuck in my head for more than like a day, I throw it on this playlist, right? So it's got like No Broke Boys, of course, fucking banger.
Yeah, of course.
But it's got the K-pop Demon Hunter songs on it, Golden and Soda Pop. And Golden started playing, and Liam's like, "Oh, that's right, you have the K-pop songs in here. Well, warn me before it gets to Soda Pop because they're going to leave." And I'm like, "Okay, all right, kid. Like, let me tell you a secret about life here, bud. Like, it's okay to not like something. It's absolutely okay to not like something. But when you've been doing this lately, make your entire identity about not liking something, you come off as a jerk." And I'm not going to tolerate that. As your parent, I will not let you become that person. So knock it off. I'm like, there's plenty of things you listen to that I don't like. He's like what? I'm like your podcasts are annoying as hell, but it's okay. You're listening to something. I'm going to let you listen to it. Like, it's okay.
I don't feel the need to tell you how much I dislike it.
I don't come out here and like, "Oh, this podcast is the worst. I'm going to leave as quickly as I can." Like, calm down, you motherfucker. And like, I was telling them, like, there are people in the world whose identities are wrapped up in not liking something, and they are some of the worst people in the world. Like, no one likes hanging out with those people.
So what you're saying is don't be a hater, is what you're saying.
Don't make hating your identity. Like, don't like identify yourself because you dislike XYZ. It's just obnoxious.
That's like, so like music in particular is replete with those people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think more than any other media.
I also think this, like, because like there are movie snobs, but it's like, yes, whatever.
Absolutely.
So, like those people exist, but it's okay. They're car snobs or whatever. But man, there are very few things that get people riled up, like liking or disliking certain kinds of music or whatever.
Like, it's like to an insane degree too. Like people will completely judge somebody for the music they like, and it is, or like especially, oh my god, like in school it was so bad. Sure, and I'm like, I can't, they're children, right? They're doing whatever they can to fucking tribalize themselves because they're fucking human being children. That's what they do. But like, it's the people who carry that same shit into adulthood where it's like, can you leave that shit back in high school? What are you doing? Right. Who's got time to do this?
Right. Oh shit, he's back. No. Yeah, I also agree, Chris. Rob is the best person.
Am I being judged for my choice in music? Is that what the conversation is?
No, we are specifically being annoyed at people who do judge people for their taste in music. Especially when like music is one of those things where it's like, first of all, I'm not like a big music guy. I'll listen to stuff, I like stuff, but I'm not like, I don't know, I don't follow artists, I don't like really like know any names or anything. And like,
you don't go to concerts.
Right. Like, just not being a certain level of hobbyist in terms of music already gets that judgment, right? Which is wild. But then it's like, I like this song. Ugh, why? Because, my dad used to play it when I was a kid, and it gives me a lot of fun memories of running around the house in Kansas City. Like, what the fuck? Like, why, who are you to judge me on what I like? Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, Star Trek. I should pull my notes up.
Feel free to go ahead and pick up where you left off there.
Does he remember?
We were just shooting shit.
We were bantering.
So I think unless anybody's got anything else, you can just go right in.
Yeah, because I'm keeping all that shit that Chris and I just talked about, so.
Oh, yeah, sure. I guess we kind of got sidetracked before I got a chance to finish it, but as a reminder, please remember to like, subscribe, share us with your friends and family, your worst enemies, whoever you think would like to hear about Star Trek or like Star Trek. It helps grow the podcast's audience. As we mentioned before, we just wrapped up the is it technically like the first act of Discovery? I don't know.
Yeah,
let's
call it that. Sure.
Sure. Yeah, okay. So before the time jump, so now next up chronologically is Strange New Worlds. So we get to start with season 1, episode 1, also titled Strange New Worlds. I got very creative with that.
Is it Strange New World or Strange New Worlds?
Strange New Worlds.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if this happened to have the same, because this might be the only Star Trek episode that had the same title as another Star Trek episode, but if it's Strange New Worlds, then I guess not.
What's the other episode?
That was a fun fact, Chris. Fuck you. There was an episode of
thing.
There was an episode of Enterprise called Strange New World.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do recall that.
It's the one where Porthos got out and peed on the world immediately. Rock monsters, Trip going crazy in the cave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That one guy got beamed up with sticks in him and shit.
Sticks and rocks and shit. Hell yeah, baby. The world's cheapest or most expensive tattoo, depending on how you look at it.
I feel like it's worse than a tattoo.
That's worse, yeah.
That's like some intense body modification shit.
Right, I'm gonna get tattoos. I gotta call the tattoo parlor tomorrow.
Tattoo.
Okay,
Don't get your names
what are
on
you
each
gonna
other.
get?
That's the place you have to call tomorrow?
I have to call several places tomorrow.
Would you like to list those for me, or should I
not
list
making
them?
phone calls. That's
Actually,
a millennial's
I would
worst
love
nightmare.
for you to list them, just so I can compare notes and make sure I remember them all.
You and your son need to get a haircut.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that wasn't on the list.
No. That was definitely on this list that I totally
We're one for
had.
one so far.
Definitely existed right before this moment.
Yeah, that list.
And I suppose you have the snow removal on your list now?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't on there. Okay. So what's on your list exactly?
Well, so tattoo parlor. We got that one down.
Yeah, only the important stuff. Come on.
Oh man. We are getting black vultures. We are not getting each other's names. That's weird.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
And the intent is we'll probably I think depending on we're gonna work with the artist, but I think we're gonna try to get 3 vultures, and then when Liam is old enough, he might get the same tattoo.
Aw, little family tattoo. That's cute.
Yeah, when you two are ready, I'm down for a fucking CLS tattoo. I am fucking on board.
What would that even look like?
I feel like I don't think I could ever actually get a tattoo. Not because I'm afraid of the pain, but because I would just constantly worry that I would hate it afterwards.
I've always wanted to get a tattoo, but never had anything I actually wanted to get enough to actually put it on me, so.
When you say put it on me like that, it sounds...
Anyway, so yeah, Star Trek.
Star Trek. Yeah, so we open the first episode of Strange New Worlds with a shot of a bunker with a military force tracking a UFO on some clearly not Starfleet equipment. It looks kind of like, Earth from our current era, maybe a little earlier, until we get a shot of the humanoids and realize that they are in fact seeing a Federation vessel overhead.
And they fugly?
They
Nah, they're not that bad.
have a lot of ridges. Star Trek likes ridges.
Yeah,
so we
ridges are the go-to for aliens in Star Trek. That's true.
They are. We shift focus back to real Earth in Bear Creek, Montana, which, interestingly enough, I drove by on my way out to Missoula. The weird thing is that they misspelled it in this show. So they have it as all, in real life, it's all just one word. Bear Creek is one word. No space in between. But they spelled it as 2 here. But if you go and you look at the show notes for it, it's clearly supposed to be Bear Creek, Montana. So I don't know why they did that. That was weird.
Maybe in the future they were like, this is 2 words, right? We're not.
Yeah, language evolves,
Yeah.
So do education systems. So
You
know what? Oh, I got it. Okay, so you know how world governments collapsed after World War III? Some guy in Bear Creek with a fucking pet peeve went and was like, you know what? Fuck it. And just went and changed all the signs. That was his apocalyptic world plan because he was so fucking tired, sick and tired of this being one word when it should be clearly two, that he just did that. And then like it just stayed that way.
Yeah, that's totally what happened.
Yeah, definitely.
We need a podcast about that guy.
I think this might be it. I think this is where we should describe that. So anyway, Pike's up early, making breakfast for him and Captain Patel, while enjoying the Day the Earth Stood Still on TV.
Good movie.
Say, that's my first trivia note here. Is he was watching the Day the Earth Stood Still. Whose director Robert Wise.
Oh, am I not going to sing a fucking song then, Chris? What are we doing here?
Well, he interrupted me, or not interrupted me. He preempted my fact. I had to jump in.
I guess when there's some trivia you shouldn't miss, here's a fun fact with Chris. Whatever. Let's go.
So yes, the director of The Day the Earth Stood Still in 1951, Robert Wise, also directed Star Trek: The Motion Picture in 1979.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's fun. That's a good movie, Day the Earth Stood Still. I haven't seen the Keanu Reeves version, but I have seen the original.
So I had a note here, too, that the part is at the end where Klaatu gives the gathered a warning about taking their violence out into space. Which kind of foreshadows the episode.
Fun. So yeah, Pike's looking a little worse for the wear here. He's sporting Chris's early 2000s haircut instead of the iconic Pike's Peak. And
famously, right.
Yeah. My note here was sexy bearded Santa.
I do not care for this scraggly beard. I don't like it.
Oh, I like the scraggly beard.
I need a well-groomed beard, apparently.
Does it have to be like short or can it be long and well groomed?
I guess it could be. I don't know. The problem is you don't see that very often, so I haven't really been able to really reflect on it. I just know that I did not care for it. He looked like a crazed prospector.
I mean,
he looked like he said "tarnation" a lot.
Important question here: is my beard too long for you, Stanford?
I'm not dating you, so I don't have to have an opinion on that. I'm allowed to not have an opinion on that.
So yeah, Patel comes in and starts questioning Pike about why he's not interested in returning to duty. She is unaware of his experiences with the time crystal, and it's kind of funny that like every time somebody asks, he just keeps saying it's confidential, or not confidential. What's he saying? Classified. She sort of like gently encourages him to return to the captain seat aboard the Enterprise. Pike instead goes out for a horse ride in the Montana countryside because that's
by the way,
that's what captains do.
My note is just horse with an exclamation point.
Awesome.
Patel mentions while she's talking to Pike that she has deeper security clearance than him. But they're both captains at this point. Why does she have deeper clearance than him?
I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up, Chris. That's why.
Because he's the one who captains the flagship of the Starfleet. Like, if anybody of the two of them, I
would guess it's because she's far more competent, and Starfleet doesn't trust Pike with better clearance.
Damn.
Wow. Like he's very charming, but he's kind of hapless.
So, like, later on in Una's trial, she serves as prosecutor?
Yeah, right? She was in the JAG, so yeah, maybe that's why.
That might be why.
That actually would explain it, yeah.
I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I just like the idea that Pike just accidentally keeps fucking his clearance up.
That would be funny. That would be a very Pike thing to do, too. So yeah, his horseback ride across the countryside in the snow in beautiful Montana is interrupted when a shuttlecraft lands and Admiral April steps out to greet him.
Not only lands, but fucks his shit up too.
I was like, Jesus Christ, says the horse.
That horse almost threw him. He almost had a spine injury.
I also it's kind of odd that they have windmills.
Why?
Because they have better power generation that's cleaner and easier to maintain and stuff at this point. Why fuck with windmills?
Because shut up.
Yeah. Oh shit. Fair. Fuck. My own hoist on my own petard.
Because they were already fucking there in Montana, okay?
Maybe.
So April had originally given Pike until Enterprise left space dock to decide on his status, whether he was going to return to duty or not. But it turns out his first officer, Una, just like kind of went MIA at the middle of a first contact mission. So April orders Pike back into service and, just tells him to fuck his feelings.
The Admiral is like, get your ass back into space, you crybaby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We get our first hit of the Strange New Worlds intro. I love this intro. It's
Also,
really good.
We do learn that Admiral guy was apparently the first captain of the NCC 1701.
Yes. Yeah.
And that scene too, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, April. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that from a trivia game fucking weeks and weeks and months ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
He, I believe, if I remember the trivia correctly, that character first shows up in the animated series, and then, or at least is referenced in the animated series, and then this is the first time he was live action on screen.
Interesting.
Yeah, he wasn't in Disco. I'm trying to remember if he was in the original series or not. I don't remember. Anyway, we move on to catch up with Spock. He and T'Pring are on Vulcan.
Having an awkward date.
Dude, I love the Vulcan sass that T'Pring is throwing his way this entire conversation.
There's so much and I don't get me wrong. I love myself some T'Pring in this show. She is fucking fantastic. But there is a level of she seems kind of un-Vulcan-y sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sass is a type of emotion, I feel like.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
I mean, I feel like it implies that you're irritated,
Right.
Which is
and more importantly, that you're unable to contain it.
Although, to be fair, Vulcans always seem like they're annoyed by something.
Especially because everyone else is stupid. It's very difficult for them.
Yeah. So yeah, in the middle of this, T'Pring just pops the question to Spock, who agrees to marry her, and then makes all of the other Vulcans in the restaurant uncomfortable as a PDA.
God, man, everyone in this show is so fucking hot too.
What were you gonna say, Chris?
Oh, sorry. I was trying to decide if I had to sneeze or not, but I do have a bit of trivia here. As we meet T'Pring, so this series revives a pair of one-off characters from the original series to play supporting roles. The first, of course, is T'Pring, played by Ajia Sandhu, and James T. Kirk's older brother, Sam, being the second, played by Dan Jeanette. Coincidentally, the two characters were introduced on consecutive episodes of the original series. Sam in the first season finale, Operation Annihilate, where he's played by William Shatner, and T'Pring in the second season premiere, Amok Time, played by Arlene Martell.
Wait, in the original series, Kirk's brother was also played by Shatner, so are they supposed to be twins?
I guess so.
Wild.
Or maybe they just put a mustache on him. He's a totally different person.
And knowing the quality of costuming back then, you probably couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you got Spock, and then you got evil Spock with the goatee kind of situation.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the restaurant, I guess it was a waiter. I don't know. They come over and ask the two of them to leave. Yeah, it was very funny.
So they got to go somewhere else to bang. Basically, is what he's saying.
Yep. T'Pring and Spock. Yep. They're about to do the deed in an absolutely gorgeous room with an awesome view of the Vulcan landscape. But get interrupted by Spock's
You were watching the room?
Like
Ethan Peck is shirtless. T'Pring's I don't remember the actor's name for T'Pring. She's looking great. And Rob's like, man, this view is fantastic.
Gia Sandhu.
It was really pretty. God. Anyway.
Rob's like, no.
Pike apologizes for killing the mood. Yeah, he asks for Spock's help to locate Una. Spock agrees and speaks for T'Pring and says that she'll understand, but she definitely does not appreciate being spoken for.
And also, y'all still got time to bone. You don't have to leave right this second.
They have transporters now, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even... I feel like the transporter could probably give you a shower on the way up.
Also, she's like, don't do it again. Clothes. He's like, "Don't do it again." Yeah, okay, that's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah.
Chipring's like, now let this be the last of the hijinks.
Mhm. It is not the last of the hijinks, but
Most
we're all
certainly
better
not.
for it. We get a cool shot of Enterprise and space dock, and I don't know why was this pilot flying him in.
I also
Because,
had that question because he then also used the transporter from the shuttle.
Right?
But I
Like
have
in
a
the
more
middle of their
important
flight.
question.
What's that?
This shuttle is called the Shuttle Stamets. Did they name a shuttlecraft
Oh.
after that motherfucker after like a week? What the fuck?
That's funny. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Is there any?
But-
Do you have any fun facts about that, Chris?
No, just that literally that's the only thing is that it's
Oh.
named after Stamets. Yeah. Yeah, just your classic space dock arrival scene at the beginning of a series.
Yep. As I said, I said some glamour shots is my note. Yep.
So yeah, he pops in. Spock fills Pike in on the status of the ship. We get a brief call out to Michael in the lift.
Mhm.
We are then joined by Lon Noonien Singh, who will be covering for Una as number 1 temporarily because Spock doesn't want to. We also then get to meet the bridge crew. We've got Ortegas. Oh, good.
No, you mentioned Union Singh, and I just want to say, like, why did it have to be a Union Singh?
The moment that character got introduced the first time I watched this episode, however many years ago, I was like, of course. Of course it's a Noonien Singh. Like, of course
it could just be a person. Like,
and it could have had the same fucking storyline.
Yeah.
It could have been like, it turns out my great grandfather was Khan or whatever the fuck. But like, yeah, as soon as that name got dropped, I'm like, of fucking course. Like, we can't just leave it. You can't just let things happen or let things exist. You have to fucking reference every goddamn thing.
Anyway.
I mean, it's a Star Trek show, so yeah. It's kind of how they operate at this point, I feel like.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
It doesn't make it good, though.
No. Looking at you, Picard Season 3. So yeah, we get to meet some of the bridge crew. We've got Ortegas as the pilot, Mitchell on ops, and Uhura on comms. Pike has a bit of a future PTSD bit, remembering himself in the space wheelchair.
My note here is, okay, we get it. You're afraid of being ugly. Let's move on.
Yeah. But we do get our first hit it. So that was fun, I guess.
Everyone on the
Pike
crew's like, he's so charming.
Yeah. Pike informs the crew of the mission. They are going to find and rescue the crew of the USS Archer.
Was it the Archer? I didn't notice that.
It was the Archer, yeah.
It was the Archer. On Kylie 279. So they were a part of a first contact mission and have now gone silent. He then declares to the whole crew that this will not be anyone's last day.
Yeah. To which the whole crew is definitely thinking, well, now I think it's gonna be my last day.
I feel like this might be my last day.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, my dad, whenever we were going to the store or something, we had we were going to the grocery store. He's like, we gotta grab some milk. He would always say, like, in and out, nobody gets hurt. That's what he would say, and I think it was an old Marine expression.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Based on hearing it. But when he's like, and nobody dies, that's what it immediately reminded me of, was my dad going, in and out, nobody gets hurt.
Did someone get hurt every time you went to the grocery store?
No, but I do have stories about getting hurt at the grocery store. Not me, but like people getting hurt at the grocery store.
Oh, hey, I have a story about getting hurt at the grocery store. Once again, not me. It's where Lauren's mom got her injury. She bent down to get something off of a bottom shelf. And so those hooks that stick out that hold product in the middle of shelves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is this going?
So she bent down.
I'm so curious.
She bent down to get something off a bottom shelf. Her earring got hooked on one of these.
Oh God, nope.
Oh, it gets worse. It's worse.
No,
it's
it
worse.
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
So it hurts, obviously. So she jerks, at which point the hook enters her neck. and so she's, of course, at that point passes out from the pain and is laying there bleeding in the aisle for a while.
What the fuck? Goddamn! What?
You know what? Don't worry about it, Chris. The transporter will buff that right out.
What the fuck Final Destination ass injury is that? What the fuck?
Yep.
Did she live?
Oh yeah, she had an injured like neck, and she's had like pain issues ever since. So fun times.
Cool.
Jesus Christ.
So also some fun times. Pike starts to reflect on his visions from the time crystal in the ready room. He knows that at some point,
room? The place with the kitchen is his ready room. Is that his quarters?
Oh, maybe it is his quarters.
I actually don't. Yeah. I think it's his quarters because he's got like the
Oh.
stove and shit. I think the ready room's got like the big conference table.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So yeah, he knows that he's going to be permanently maimed, but in the process will save the lives of 5 Starfleet cadets, right? He decides that drinking on duty while getting some Vulcan therapy from Spock is going to make this all better.
The 60s.
Yeah. In what is my least favorite writing about this character, he refers to his future disability as the death of who he is.
Yeah, sure does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So my note for this scene was, here's where Stanford's going to be mad.
Oh, I was mad. I was mad at the very beginning when he was like, "Ooh, wheelchair sounds."
The thing that bothers me so much about it is it's so like antithetical to how he accepted that same future in Discovery. Like, do you remember when he was with what's his face's kid?
Vox kid, yeah.
Yeah, Vox kid. And like he talked about how, like, you know what, even though he knows that this is what might happen to him and he could change it, he doesn't want to because he knows he's going to save those kids, right? Like, why didn't they just stick to that?
He sees exactly how his life, how and when his life ends is the fucking words out of his goddamn skull.
It's so weird.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish they hadn't gone this way. Like,
anyways,
I get the PTSD,
sure,
but like worrying about his like future decisions as a captain would have been a fair concern, because like I know that's something that he was talking about with Patel, but like this feels like a retcon on those decisions he made in the last season of Discovery, just to add some drama to a situation that didn't need more drama.
Right. And then Spock comes in and is like, "Have you tried not being a little bitch about it? Like, I don't know if you've tried that."
Yeah. Good old Spock. So anyway, we reach Kylie 279, and they find the Archer like completely silent on comms. The reason for that is apparently the ship only had 3 crew members.
What kind
of
ship? It looked like a California class from my vague memory. What was it?
It was the Archer.
It seems a little big to have only had 3 crew on it.
I also agree with that assessment.
It was massive. Yeah, so it was Una and 2 astrophysicists. Like, it wasn't even people that would have been qualified to fly the ship around. Like,
that is so a weird shuttle. That is a shuttle crew.
Yeah, it's a runabout. Yeah.
Yeah, so the crew starts to realize that the warp signature they detect on the planet was likely a weapon instead of an FTL engine, which is a horrifying realization. Spock then kind of gives us all a history lesson on how this is the first time the warp power was ever used as a weapon before being used.
I find that to be the stupidest sentence in the entire episode. And like, one of the sentences was how Pike said that being in a wheelchair is death. Like, how the fuck does a futuristic technology not get used as a weapon ever? Or, more importantly, how does no one ever think of it?
Well, like, the sad truth is that, like, a lot of human advancements have come out of wartime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not as many as you'd think, actually. It's kind of a myth, believe it or not.
That makes me feel a little bit better about humanity, so I'll believe it. I will choose to believe that.
Yeah, most of those techs are actually civilian techs that the military kind of co-ops early in their development. So things like, because people are all like, well, thanks to the internet, we have GPS and the internet and stuff. Both of those were actually civilian projects that the military just kind of bought out. Yeah,
wasn't the internet like developed at CERN?
It was, I don't think it was CERN. It was a series of universities. I think
universities.
But I don't know about CERN. But then, DARPA's like, that sounds useful, and they bought it. Basically, the same exact thing happened with GPS.
Yeah. Yeah, so
and not that the military has not invented anything, but like the kind of warmongery neoliberal concept of like, well, the military does do some good things because they invented a couple things is actually kind of wrong.
Yeah, so like this is really weird because like this whole realization changes their standard operating procedures from, hey, this is a first contact, to, hey, we have to observe the prime directive because, the aliens already know that they're there. And this feels silly.
So,
I don't know.
I actually, you know what? I have a better question. What exactly do they mean by a warp drive then? Because they're talking about matter antimatter, which isn't a warp drive. That's just what powers it. Like, so not only they could not conceive of
go fast.
They could not conceive of anyone taking matter and antimatter, blowing them up together and going, this would make a pretty nice bomb. Like, we do that now.
Yeah.
The problem is we just can't make that much the problem. I mean, it's probably a good thing if I'm honest. But like, we currently can't make that much antimatter. We can make it, believe it or not, just not, very productively.
Yeah.
But like,
I feel like we do enough damage with normal matter. I don't think that we should be allowed to have antimatter.
Fucking wild.
Yeah. Yeah. So Pike, Spock, and Lon visit the ship's doctor, Dr. Mbenga.
Wait, hold on. Did we gloss over the fact that Spock came out with this sentence? The Vulcans invented first contact?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
Also, you skipped over the part where they raise the shields and shit, right?
Oh, yeah, the plasma torpedoes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they get shot with some shit. Yeah.
I like how they're all like plasma torpedoes. Fucking scrubs.
So yeah, we get to meet Dr. Mbenga and his assistant, Nurse Chapel, down at sickbay.
This is when I realized that Nurse Chapel apparently isn't in Starfleet. Like, she doesn't work for Starfleet. She's a civilian.
Yeah.
Which I guess that explains why she's a nurse. I never realized that.
Yep. So they decide that they're going to break some genetics laws that were okayed by Starfleet. Don't worry, it's totally fine.
No, they're temporary, Rob.
Uh-huh. In order to make them look like the locals with some DNA manipulation.
Just some light crimes, it's fine.
Light crimes, yeah. Pike tries to convince Lon to accept a sedative for the procedure, but she refuses. He then goes on to reference her file, like I guess her personnel file. But Lon just wants that pain. She doesn't want the sedative, so she stays awake for the whole arduous painful process.
It's so try hard because like it's not that she wants the pain, it's that she doesn't want to be like her feeling to be altered in any way by the sedative, which is just the dumbest thing.
This isn't a flag for like maybe they're not in a good mental space to be on a dangerous away mission.
Right. Especially as your security officer and your first officer. Like, maybe think about that first. So yeah, the transporter engineer manages to give some new threads on the way down to the surface, as
Mr.
Chris
Kyle
mentioned earlier.
Mr. Kyle was so like tee-hee about like Pike's charm. Like he's just immediately charmed by Pike.
We're just like we don't get dressed before transporting now. Now the transporter just does it.
It does. I love how offended Spock is by the shorts that the locals all wear,
which I find to be weirdly like I don't know, racist is the right term, but like it is a weird judgment of another culture that Spock's like, ew, shorts.
Yeah, but also they're all like styled in like fascist.
Very very fascist vibes going on.
Oh, for sure, that was definitely the vibe of like the costuming department. Absolutely.
Yeah. So they do find the building with the warp device, and Lon tricks two of the locals into a Vulcan nerve pinch trap with Spock's help.
Hijinks.
They then decide that the best option is to beam these two idiots back up to Enterprise while trying to formulate some fake proteins for retinal scans to use to sneak into the building.
I will say, them beaming them up to the Enterprise would make me more mad if it wasn't such a fun little aside B plot that happened.
Dude, it was so fun.
Like I was like, God damn it, they got me. This is fun. Like
these are some A-grade hijinks that they've got going on here.
They hide some good jinx. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of hijinks, one of the patients wakes up early and runs out of sick bay. And Becca just like sends Chapel after him. She is super excited to go running after this poor guy.
Fucking stoked to chase a motherfucker down.
The patient gets into the turbo lift with Uhura, and I love that, like, Uhura, of course, she's studying up on the local sports, right? So she's talking sports with him, and he's surprised that she's already studied all of their, like, local leisure activities. Mr. Kyle, meanwhile, manages to beam... What?
That's the game they were talking about. Magball, that's right.
Yeah. Mr. Kyle manages to beam the new genetics juice directly into Spock's eyes.
Yeah, what? Into his eyes or just like into his veins? What did he do? Did he beam a vaccine into a motherfucker? Like...
stem cells. Yeah.
And I like how they're like, transporters don't do that. Find a way to make them do that. I'm sorry, what?
Definitely safe.
And we never saw Mr. Kyle again.
Yeah. One of the locals notices some more of the genetic modifications wearing off Spock's ears after they like get into one of the lower levels. But fortunately, they hop off the elevator.
This is my favorite line right here.
Oh, which is your favorite line?
Pike's like, Spock, your thing's wearing off. And Spock goes, I'm aware. The pain is quite remarkable.
Oh.
Like, that's such a perfectly Vulcan sentence.
Yeah. They do find Una and her physicists.
I have a quick question. Why is this whole science facility like a garage?
Well, it's an underground base, right?
But it's a garage.
Fascists really care about their outward appearances. They don't care about the inward appearances.
There's a lot of wasted space and pillars going on in here.
Yeah. It's supposed to look like stark and imposing.
It looks like a garage.
Yeah, it does. Not even like a good garage. It looks like a parking garage in like a city.
I'm sorry, is there another kind of garage that I'm not? I guess not like a mechanic, if that's what you were thinking. No, I mean like a parking garage.
Oh, I was thinking like a house garage or something.
Oh, no. It looks like a parking garage. Like in a fucking... Yeah. Sorry, that's my fault. I should be more clear.
On the way back to the elevator, Spock's like genetic modifications just completely give up and start to reverse. He starts to scream in front of a group of employees that are passing by. Gets back up, composes himself, and then they beat the shit out of the employees.
Says, much better, because he like screamed out the pain, which is so fucking funny.
Mind you, in front of a group of aliens.
Oh yeah, right in front of him. Ethan Peck's delivery is great, like as Spock. He does a really great job.
I will say, you kind of glossed over, we learned some shit from Una that like, the reason these motherfuckers have, I guess antimatter power is because they watched the like fight at the end of Discovery season. They watched the end of Discovery, like that show, from like a light year away. Do we have a firm grasp of how long it's been? Because like it would take a year for that to get to their telescopes.
It would.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's only been a few months tops.
It's been vague. Yeah, they haven't. I don't think they specifically said, did they?
Because they would have to like, it would have to be a year for the telescopes to be like, what the shit is going on over there? And then after that, they gotta like, fucking, I don't know, first of all, being able to piece together an antimatter drive by watching a space battle from a year away is pretty impressive. Like these motherfuckers need to be right into the Daystrom Institute.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, it's funny, Stanford. Like that was my very next note, was talking about how they saw the battle. Did they talk about it in the elevator? Or did they talk about it in the cell?
Una talked about it in the jail cell.
Oh, my bad.
In the garage maintenance break room.
No, that's after. Yeah, that's after they beat up that group of aliens. After Spock screams, as Una explains it.
Oh, I thought it was my mistake.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pike decides it's time to break General Order 1. And decides that he's going to set the local government straight on weaponizing warp power, right? His argument is that the Federation is now responsible for the situation because they're the reason why they learned about warp power. And any deaths from a warp superweapon would be on their hands.
I like how literally everyone's like, I don't think that's how that works, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, they allow themselves to. It's Pike and Spock. They allow themselves to be taken in by security. Who, like, if you find 2 aliens, is your first response going to be, "Let's take this to the head of our government"?
Pike asked, and he's very charming, Rob.
Well, I guess so. He did say, "Oh yeah, it's take me to your leader." That's so weird. I could imagine. Like, could you imagine the president of the United States having this happen? It's just like, yeah, show me the aliens.
I would like to not imagine the current president doing so.
He'd fall asleep anyway. So yeah, the president / prime minister lady. I don't really know what her title was. I don't know if they ever said specifically. Not moved by Pike's moral arguments.
Not even a little bit.
No, it turns out that the local government is very fascist, and
okay, so why do you say that out of curiosity?
Just the general vibes, the dress code, the
how
fact
cool
that they're
she
talking
is with
about
mass murder.
genociding
No, I
people.
will say, like, any military uniform looks fascist if you're in like the right kind of dress uniform. Like there are some pretty fashy looking American military uniforms. The only thing I will like, what she was saying was actually not terrible in terms of like a character with a believable motivation without just being an evil dick, you know?
I mean, what she was saying was that like they had an ideological disagreement with another like
they called
group of people.
The only thing they said, it wasn't an ideological difference. It was.
No,
I'm not sure. They called it a seditious faction, which is a weird term to use. So I wasn't sure if it was like another country.
Yeah, seditious faction is fascist code word for people who don't think like me.
Yeah, that's a dog whistle right there.
Let me throw you a for instance.
I'd rather you didn't.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me catch it real quick. I'll bring it back. Like, without knowing what the specifics are, we're not 100% sure. What if in some, theoretical, hypothetical, there's a world government being established, and one country has decided that they do not wish to be part of the world government, but they are also, let's say, burning down the rainforest, which is going to cause global climate change and screw over the entire planet. And so the global government gets together and decides to basically fight them. But that, it's their territory, so they're, well dug in, and that conflict spans decades. That is a theoretical version of this, right?
So, okay. Military conflict is different than weapons of mass destruction, which is what they were talking about using.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, like, yes, but no, we are also using those. Like we are also always, like, armed with nukes and ready to use them, right? Like, that's the whole concept of, like, modern warfare.
Yeah, but she was talking about actually using them.
Yeah, well, they were seditious, Chris. Like, fuck those guys. And I don't disagree that the writers probably intended them to come off a little fashy. But I will say that, like, there was no overt language used that non-fascist governments of today also use,
I choose to believe
folks. Stanford supports the fascist.
Yep.
No, I just support good definitions.
He supports the fascists.
So anyways,
stomping them babies.
Anyways, Pike says, find a non-violent solution or I'll kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, while being detained, he just has Enterprise drop out of low orbit to prove he's got the biggest stick in this fight. Like, what an argument, man.
Yeah. All of Starfleet's ethics right out the window with that. And like this is how it's always been, but Pike just fucking says it out loud.
Yeah. Yeah. He said the quiet part out loud. So yeah, the two rival forces from the two factions get forced into talks by Pike's actions. Apparently, this is the first time in decades they've even like talked to each other, which is kind of crazy.
I like how each leader has like 2 hype people behind them also yelling shit. Like, I'm not sure what we're accomplishing here.
Yeah. Back aboard Enterprise, we get to get a little bit of Lon's backstory with her imprisonment on a Gorn nursery world.
My one note here was ew breeding sex.
Yeah. It's also weird that like they just eject one of the survivors into space afterwards and be like, "Good luck. You've earned the right to have a chance at survival, I guess, but also space is huge."
I imagine that there was more of a tradition of like, go and tell the others what you've seen here, you know, that kind of feel.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I mean, we're going to do a war crime on the Gorn at the end of this show anyways, so.
Yeah. So yeah, they realize that both of these factions have been in a Cold War for so long that they forget the horrors of a real war. So Pike beams back down to deliver a PowerPoint presentation on why war is bad.
I like how it starts with January 6th.
Yes.
That's my favorite
first
thing.
shot.
It's like, by the way, January 6th. Like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
So yeah, when forced to confront the atrocities of war and given the option of joining the Federation in the future, they finally agree that peaceful talks are a good idea and manage to avoid self-destruction. Hooray.
I find that to be silly. Like,
I feel like it was very abrupt.
it's the same energy as like, if all the children at home believe and clap their hands at the same time, then the people will agree to do a peace treaty that'll last into the future. Like, that's like, you're going to show them images of things exploding.
Yeah.
But also their argument kind of falls flat on his face, because it's like, you know, we blew ourselves up, and the aliens could yeah, exactly. And the aliens could clearly be like, and you look like you're doing fucking fantastic now. Like, so if we blow ourselves up, we'll get cool ass spaceships? Like, that sounds great.
Wait, no, I didn't. Not like, God damn it.
Not like that.
It's like the DARE program. The DARE program taught kids that all the cool kids were doing drugs.
Oh, man.
Yeah. We get another scene with Admiral April. Apparently he had to pull a lot of strings to keep Pike and the crew out of prison for breaking General Order 1, which, like...
Stupid.
Right.
Just a stupid sentence.
Yeah. Pike scoffs at how the tribunal renamed General Order 1 to the Prime Directive.
That'll never stick to her. Fucking Star Trek.
Yeah. Lon, meanwhile, meets up with Pike, explains how Una was the one who actually rescued her after being released by the Gorn. And then she and Pike have like this heart-to-heart about trust. And then Pike offers Lon a permanent job on Enterprise as their security officer, which she accepts.
Okay, I want to talk about the world building here for a second.
Yeah.
So they're on this space station, right? And around the space station are these like several square mile domes of natural, just like ground stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's a forest, there's like a mountain one, there was one with a bunch of water in it and stuff.
Yeah.
And Pike's like, you know, you see those things? Like, he's used this as an inspirational speech. He's like, you know, a group of scientists right after World War III launched these into space, hoping to preserve the Earth and stuff. And then when everything kind of settled down, they were too big to come back to Earth, so we just left them out here and built a space station. Great.
Uh-huh.
How the fuck did a group of scientists get the resources to launch several square miles of shit into space? In the middle of World War III.
Shut up. How about that? Shut the fuck up.
It was probably funded by Khan, would be my guess.
God.
God.
He likes the trees.
Yeah.
It was like such a silly little thing to say. Like, this is stupid.
Look, they needed an excuse for why the starbase had a bunch of fucking trees, okay?
It could have just had them. It's Star Trek. Like, that shit happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, we didn't even have artificial gravity yet. How the fuck did these things work?
Shut up.
Because the Vulcans brought us that shit.
Yeah. So yeah, at this point, we get to see Sam Kirk. He gets picked up on their way out of Starbase 1. And then Pike orders them out of Space Dock.
Yeah,
they start their first fresh mission of exploration.
They tricked us. It's a different Kirk.
It is a different Kirk.
Because they're like making it sound like Kirk. You're going to see Kirk. It is a different Kirk. It's Mustache Kirk.
Mustache Kirk.
It's Timu Kirk.
Timu Kirk. Oh, poor Sam. He's a good
I gotta say,
guy.
I really like Sam. I like Sam in the show. I think he's good. He's a good science officer. All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 5, where's 0's threshold? What do you guys give it?
Probably, I enjoy this one. I think I'll give this a 4.
I would give it a 4, except that the disability shit's still bringing me down. So I'm gonna give it a 3.
Fair enough.
Not like my own disability. That's not bringing me down. Like I'm over that. I mean, like their treatment of disability.
Yeah. I really didn't like that. It really bothered me, like, more so than the first time I watched this episode. Like, especially after, like, when we first watched it, I remember the three of us talked about it, and you were talking about the whole thing with, like, the disability talk and how it was, like, life-ending in his mentality. It does sit bad with me. But, like, overall, I still think that, like, as far as, especially first episodes of Star Trek series go, this was actually a strong contender. So I am going to give it a 4. I will not give it a 5, though.
I will say, vis-a-vis the disability stuff, they do pretty much drop it entirely after this.
Yeah.
Until, like, the last episode of season 3.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back for a deep dive. Welcome back, everybody. For this week's deep dive, I wanted to take a look at Anson Mount the Fourth, a.k.a. Christopher Pike. The Fourth. So there's a very funny story about this Fourth, okay?
I'm sure there is.
He was born to Nancy Smith and his father, Anson Adams Mount II.
Eh?
So you might be asking yourselves, what happened to Anson Adams Mount III? Turns out that the third is Anson's older brother from his father's first marriage.
Jesus Christ.
That kind of shit
happens.
happens.
Two of his kids, the same goddamn name.
You want to pull up the George Foreman kids?
Oh my God! What a
Jesus! I forgot about that.
I never liked the idea of naming my own child after me. That just
I
don't know. It feels like
it's funny because we actually had this discussion on the podcast. Chris, was you not liking juniors and stuff?
Oh yeah, okay.
It's funny, like when Kelsey and I were talking about like baby names, she was actually pro. Like if we had a boy, calling him Robertson Jr. Only because like the name is so.
Oh my God, RJJR would be amazing.
RJJR, yeah, RJ Jr.
We would just call him Rager.
Roger.
Rager? Ooh, I like Rager.
Rager, yeah. So anyway, yeah, Anson Mount was born in Arlington Heights, Illinois, on February 25th, 1973. So yeah, his dad. So I don't know anything about his father, but I feel like it's kind of a douchebag move to name two of your kids the same thing when it's also your same name. Turns out he was an editor for Playboy. And his mom was a professional golfer.
Sure.
Yeah.
What all right.
I know. Weird pairing there. So he has a BA from the University of the South in Tennessee. And an MFA.
Is the university called the University of the South?
Yes, the University of the South.
All right. Fair enough.
And an MFA from Columbia University in New York. His first starring role was as Joshua in Corpus Christi in 1998. I had never heard of this play before, but it sounds kind of awesome. It reimagines the story of Jesus and his disciples as gay men living in modern-day Texas.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like it would be pretty fun. I don't know.
Or hella depressing.
I don't know. It seems a little
I mean-
heavy-handed.
It's probably supposed to be the latter there, Chris, would be my guess. His first TV appearances were in 1999. He was a guest star on Ally McBeal and Sex and the City. Fun fact, while I was writing this up, I learned that Kim Cattrall, the same actress that plays Samantha on Sex and the City, also played Valeris. She was the Vulcan helmsman in Star Trek The Undiscovered Country. And she wound up winning a Saturn Award for that role.
Weird. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I saw pictures of her. I was like, oh my God, that is Samantha. That's so weird. Yeah, he then went on to make his feature film debut in 2000 as Tully Coates in the indie film Tully, covering the dramatic lives of Tully and Earl Coates, two brothers in rural Nebraska. Not gonna lie, I was reading over the plot of this movie, and it sounds as exciting as living in rural Nebraska.
I was gonna say,
damn.
did they just stare at each other the whole time because they're like got nothing to do because they're in Nebraska?
It's like a bunch of like family and local drama.
Sorry to any listeners who live in Nebraska, but I've been through Nebraska. There's not a lot to do.
Yeah. Sorry, Nebraska.
Good.
In 2008, he was a finalist at the American Playwrights Conference for his script for Atomic City. This is a play about two families who live on the opposite sides of a city that's split in half by a fence and completely surrounded by a wall. The idea was keep them locked away from the outside world and then pit them against each other to see who can make an atom bomb first.
Sure.
So unbeknownst to the families on either side of the fence, they had no idea that any of this was going on. There was this guy who was overseeing the project called the Gatekeeper, the real power behind the city, who kind of takes advantage of their cultural fears and cultural distrust between either side of the fence to trick them into making a bomb for him. Apparently it was very well received. Mount has also guested on a whole bunch of popular TV shows, shows like Smallville, CSI, Lost, Law and Order, and Dollhouse. His first TV starring role was as Colin Bohannon on Hell on Wheels. It's like a Western about the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad in the U.S. He played a former Confederate soldier on a personal mission to track down the Union soldiers who murdered his wife and son. He has also voiced a few characters in video games. He was the voice for Batman in 2021's Injustice, and the detective Sebastian Castellanos in Bethesda's The Evil Within. That just came out a couple of years ago. Interestingly, before he signed as Pike, he actually auditioned for the role of Lorca in Discovery. I am very personally grateful that didn't happen, because I don't think that he would have been great for that role.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever really seen him act anything else. I don't know what his range is, but yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Based on how he does in this show, not great.
Wow.
Damn. Harsh.
Since his time in the chair, he's also gone on to play Black Bolt in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. He also continues to perform on stage. His most recent role was playing Mark in Mankind in New York Playwrights Horizons Theater. He also happens to host a podcast about creative inspiration alongside his friend Brandon Edgens, titled The Well. And that is most of what he's been up to recently. So yeah, he's got a very interesting backstory. Like, the thing about his mom and dad was funny, and I feel bad for him that he's got the same name as his brother. Like, I wonder if one of them goes by Adams or something.
Like, it's bad enough to name your own kid after you, but like, man,
To do it twice.
Two of your kids? That's just rude.
Especially from two different marriages. It's like, messed up the first one. Here's my makeup. Anyway, we're going to take a little break here, and we'll be back for some Potpourri of Stanford.
Welcome back. So we wrapped Discovery several weeks ago, and I realized that, like, we constantly berate that show for being very speechy. I don't know if y'all noticed, but there's a couple of speeches in that show.
Mm-hmm.
So today, I have an improv game for us where we will all be making a speech.
Oh no.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like it already.
Oh, it's going to be great. So there's an improv game. I don't know what the title of it is. I think it's something like What's My Line or something of that nature. But basically, you're going to be giving a speech and I am going to give you a couple of like random sentences and by the way, I will go first so that you can kind of see how this works. I'm going to give you a couple random sentences that you have to incorporate into your speech. Like at a moment, you won't know the sentence until you have literally like start reading it into the speech. Okay.
Okay.
So what I need and like I said, I will go first. What I need for the two of you is a situation in like a Star Trek situation where one might give a speech. Okay. For me, y'all can discuss and decide where you would like me to make a speech as if I were somebody in Star Trek.
How about at a peace treaty signing?
Okay. Wait a minute.
Yeah, punch that into the AI.
All right. Yeah. Let me just punch that in here to ChatGPT. No. Ladies, gentlemen, other people gathered here. This is a momentous occasion for both peoples and for the Federation, of course. The fact that we got to mediate such an important thing is well, it's a privilege that we have and an honor. And I'm just so glad that we were able to come to terms. Where I come from, back on Earth, we have an expression for such occasions. I think dogs deserve the right to vote. And, that really encapsulates the feeling of this situation where, the dogs of war have been released, but gosh darn it, we need to come together, bring them back into their kennels, and just sit down with each other and hammer out an agreement like this. And I'm glad that we were able to do that over the last couple of days. And I really, truly hope that this is a standing piece that will last between your peoples and allow everyone to prosper together. And really, I just want to leave both of you with these few words of advice. Why is there a horse in here? Like, where did that come from? Anyways, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, I could obviously pick out the two sentences.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Did you figure it out?
We're out of place. Where are these coming from?
So thank you to my sister Trinity for coming up with these like 2 hours ago. So I had her give me 4 for you so I could see like if she was catching the vibe, and they were perfect. And I'm like, okay, write 2 for me, like DM them to me. And then I like squinted so I couldn't read them and then copied them into Discord with spoiler tags so that I could click on them, which is what I'm going to be giving to you. Who would like to go first?
Oh God.
I'll go first.
Okay. So I will DM to you your 2 sentences, Rob. They are spoilered, okay? So you can just click them when you're ready to use them.
Okay. Are you going to tell me when to use them, or do I just have to...
No, that's all you, baby.
Okay.
But Chris and I will give you a moment, a momentous occasion.
Okay.
Would you how about like a toast at a big like Starfleet banquet?
Yeah, works for me.
Okay.
Is that specific enough, Rob, or do you need to know like the occasion of the banquet?
Yeah, no, this is great. I have an idea.
Okay, cool. All right, well, whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right. Ting, 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 ting. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We are here to honor Admiral April in his promotion into his new role. We are very sad, of course, at the death of his predecessor, Admiral Forrest. But we hope that Admiral April is just going to do a better job and, hopefully not die. So anyway, yikes, is that the time? We need to move this along, I think. Everyone's had a lot to drink. I know I have. I'm hoping that Admiral April has as well, so he can forget this horrible speech that I'm giving. But also, just so everyone's aware, dolphins are in fact inferior to sharks. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Nice.
So wait, what was the first sentence?
Yikes, is that the time?
Okay. It flowed pretty well with your thing because of that horrible thing you said. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the fact that you without any pre-notion of what was happening was just fucking Admiral Forrest catching strays here. God, that's all right, Rob, you want to come up with a scenario for Chris while I send him his?
Oh yeah. This is you're going to have to apologize for a social faux pas to an alien species involving a ceremonial chainsaw.
I don't think you have to involve the ceremonial chainsaw.
No, that's
we're
okay.
We're already making this hard enough. But I do like the formal apology on behalf of the Federation. That's nice. I like that one.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me come up with a rough idea here in my head.
Oh, God damn it. One of these sentences is so weirdly chainsaw adjacent.
Hello, this is Captain Johnson addressing the Telemkin people. I would like to issue my formal apology for our misunderstanding during our dinner. I had no idea that you kept such a sensitive part of your body in your hand. It is customary for humans to handshake. I totally and completely apologize, and I'm very sorry for touching you in an inappropriate place. But you know what they say, measure once, cut twice. So yeah, it's we really got to think out all of these things ahead of time. It's something I'm gonna strive to do in the future. Hopefully, there are future meetings with us. But I just hopefully this much wiggling is unsustainable, and I can really just kind of bring things back and provide a good dialogue where our two peoples can have a productive and fruitful relationship.
Oh, nicely done. Oh, that game is always fun.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, so thank you to my sister Trinity for helping me run that.
Thank you, Trinity.
So you can find us. Yeah, this is the end of the show. Go ahead and give us a rate, give us a review, give us 5 stars. We're 5-star people. You can find us on all the things that I don't know. There's plugs at the end of the show. And we will be back next week. So cool. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye. What the fuck?
I was wondering if it was going to happen.
Thanks for listening to Captain's Log Supplemental. You can follow us on Twitter at PodCLS or send us hate mail at podcls3@gmail.com.